Good morning, how are you doing? The day after the warmest day in the UK, 40.3 was it? 38 degrees where I was, which was still quite great, but that's from an air-conditioned point of view, air-conditioned building into an air-conditioned car, all the way home, and then into a house that was reasonably cool, and we've got fans everywhere. And if you're really worried about being too warm, we have a basement that I normally work in when I'm working from home, and that's the coolest place in the summer, but the coldest place in the winter. So I've got heaters on in the winter, it's mad. However, because it's not got a lot of sunshine coming in, it's a great place to be. So, and it's got a bed down there as well, the couch bed that can always, if you really get so hot, so it's not like it's my bunker. So yeah, and it rained last night as well. That was fantastic, and I took a little video of that. It was really cooling, wasn't it? I was just like in my shorts and t-shirt out there going, bring it on, bring it on. It's fantastic. Not that we want to wish away this great weather. I mean, it's nice to have, and I think too much of the time we go, I wish it was gone. I've also got some clips I wanted to show you just around London, because I know not everybody who listens and watches these actually is in London, and so little clips of Trafalgar Square and the HSBC building, etc. Would be quite maybe useful to some. One thing there's a lot more people in the office today. Some saying, "Oh, I only come in on Wednesdays." What's the point of that? And then someone else saying that they wanted to escape from their flat because it was too hot. So so that's one way of getting people into the office. And I was talking about is this the norm now? Because obviously 2 years, and then this is halfway through the year. August is round the corner. So in effect, this could be the norm. This could be the hybrid working that everybody's assessing. Will it change? I can't see how people are now, if you like, set in their ways now. This is how they operate. They work from home sometimes, and then they come in on a Wednesday. Thanks, mate. And then others, I've not seen you for a while. You see that. So I don't know if is this the way that we're going to continue it, unless something changes where there starts to be mandates of companies saying no, you must come in. So, but then do employers now look at, okay, this is not to capacity, this is, I don't know, half full or whatever it is. So therefore, should we close that other building and move them into here? That kind of thing. And I'm sure all that's been thought of. And that's very delicate for especially a big organisation. It's a very, very delicate process, because you've got to tell staff you've got to move them, when they're into their way of working. So yeah, it's interesting how we're evolving. No answers to it, but for me at the moment, 4 days a week in the office is great. I'm enjoying it, and there's even go-karts in the mall, which I looked up this morning. I thought, might go to that someday. And it's they do a 4-minute race, and it's £28.50. But then it says driving essentials, a racing balaclava and glove set. And I'm thinking, that's a bit more serious than I thought it might be. So I might have to go with a colleague rather than me sort of just going down there. And it says 14 plus, so it could be just kids. And me and this old guy in the corner with he's racing some 14-year-olds. So yeah. But in essence, there's lots of things to do. I went to the gym yesterday, and I've got a picture to prove it, and it's got the same. It takes up the whole of the 5th floor, and but it's most people are on the cardio stuff, which I could take it or leave it. But I like the machines, and there's plenty of them. And nobody on them either. Like, okay, well, thanks. Because that's what I like. The various machines that you either lift or legs and thighs and all that kind of stuff. It's fantastic. So I felt good after it. It was only half an hour because I had to register and all that. That took a while. And it also gives you access to Beckenham Social Club or Social Club place, where you get tennis courts and other sports and access to golf and things like that. So I'll have a look at that. So it's quite good. I'm now becoming a serious employee here. It's only taken me. This is I can't even remember now. So yeah, I started just at COVID started in March. So this is now my this is my second year as I'm going through it. So yeah, no, in fact it's probably more closer to the 2.5, I guess. If somebody said that, oh yeah, well, first of all, about a item on there, database. I'm looking for somebody that can help me with a little database. It's just outside of work. It's actually for my yacht stuff. Create a little database, maybe with a couple of hundred yachts. But I want to be able to get the owners and then describe, get their nationalities, and then that will help because obviously for certain countries you don't want to do business with them. so therefore I want to know which yachts are owned by those countries, and therefore help my clients be able to see whether they should do business or not. So yeah, if anyone can help me with a little bit of web database, it shouldn't be too difficult, but I just don't know databases, never worked with them, and it's a week's, but perhaps I would just take time to do it, but I'd rather. I hired a guy from India the last time, but it just took so long to do it, and so I've kind of like, okay, thanks, but I'll move on now. Somebody mentioned that I was really organised, so I thought I'll just tell you, a few things that I do to get organised, which might help you, But it's only one time. But obviously, when I take on more stuff, I go on, a certain point, and you get that those activities in play. You get people working on the different activities, and then you actually, sort of look for something else to. Oh right, there's something else coming in, big stuff. And then you go and look for other things and help other people, and you take on more and more. And obviously, I'm talking about, the HSBC, but also all, some of the other things you do outside of work. And then the more that comes on, you end up being swamped, and you then have to increase your organisation. You have to be sharper, more focused on what you're going to be doing when, mapping your time out very, very precisely, until that kind of dissipates again. And it always does. It doesn't. You can only take on so much, and then you stop taking on more, and you deal with that lot until that backlog is out of the way. So anyway, a number of things, and obviously I use Kanban boards, which is the current thing to do within Teams. There's an app called Planner, I think it is, and you download that, and it's got a Kanban board for the team. And then I every week I have a look at that, and I say, where are we with that? And there's little, you can put notes in it, and we keep up to date, so that somebody goes on leave, I can pick it up, or anybody can pick it up, so that we know, the status of that. That is general activity that keeps me, me and my team focused on the right things, and checking in every week and making sure that we're still moving each of the little items forward. But I've also got my own little to-do list, things I need to do, and that's that builds up from time, just as a reminder. Then I've got this one, which is my daily schedule, top 3 priorities, to do, and then notes. And that, I don't use that all the time, but just days when I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to be really mad here today, back-to-back meetings and all that, and sometimes you're moving around, you don't have time to log in, etc. And so you could just tear that off and take it with you. And then for the bigger stuff, so when all that gets too much, then you have to have something like this with tabs. And in there, this is my HSBC stuff, this is my sort of the arts, and this is the yacht. There's only one thing on there, and then this is other, and it's massive. So yeah, things like, I don't know, I've got to book this red letter day that I got as a present. So yeah, I thought I would just share that with you. Project for note cards. Oh yeah, and then these note cards that I use, I've only started reusing these recently. That's when I get mega busy, that I have to make sure that if I'm going into meetings, when I've got big meetings that I'm chairing and I'm actually communicating out to other people, you've got to be super organised even for that. So because otherwise, how are you going to make sure that meeting's effective? You've got to make sure that all the emails that have come up that week or the previous week and some of the items that you're going to be discussing on the actual deck, it's a 40-page deck, but summarised in about 2. So my bit is on 2 sections. And even that's summarised from all the work's going on. So I want to give some, just not have people read it, but actually add value to that by saying, and I found out recently, a bit more up to date and more recent in the last 24 hours when somebody said they've got an issue with a delay in a delivery. Well, I've now contacted that individual, found out what I could do to help, find out a bit more whether they were talking about an appliance, so what is that appliance, give me a bit more detail on that so that I can add value in the meeting. So I can take notes of that so I always remember to raise those in the meeting, so when I'm chatting away, bringing an update and these are at the side, like that, I can just go, oh yeah, there's a schedule issue and the priorities are, and then it just continues, and that helps to add value to those meetings. And people have actually commented that they get these meetings are good for them. It's only once a month, but they get a lot of value out of them because it's a rich update. And that's what I always focus in on, and make sure that in any meetings that you're adding as much value as you can, big meaty, value, if you like, big, a big mighty burger of value. Alrighty. Anyway, you have a fantastic day. That's 12 minutes. I'll probably have to chop some of this because otherwise I need to put it onto YouTube. Right, see you soon.